friends, welcome to the channel. This is your Govindraj. First of all, thank you for becoming the member-only section members. And going ahead, all the technical videos which have intense content are going to be uploaded in the members-only section first. And there are certain common videos which I'm going to create are only applicable for all others. So therefore, I'm going to add a lot of value because I have a lot of content on labor laws. And if you look at how the industry or how the labor laws are getting reformed, there will be a lot of reforms and changes going ahead. So therefore, your decision is well valued, and I will ensure that you don't have to depend on legal costs, or you don't have to spend more money to know the information at instant stage. So therefore, stay tuned, friends. And today, what we are going to discuss is which are the provisions of the Social Security Code are already implemented today or as on today. See, you know that most of you know that the labor codes are not in force, but there are certain provisions of the codes, especially the wage code and the code on social security, are already in force. Now, the government is utilizing the opportunity to, enforce certain provisions of the code as and when they get an opportunity to enforce. So, in this video, we are going to address what are the provisions or which are the provisions of Code on Social Security 2020 are already in force. Now, let's get into the details. The first one is Section 142 of the code came into force on 3rd day of May 2021. Now, this is the notification I'm showing you. From 3rd of May 2021, this Section 142 came into force. And this Section 142 is already or actually related to identity of beneficiaries or members under the code or his family members or dependents to register and to avail benefits is required to be established through the Aadhaar. This is about Section 142. So whenever the government is giving benefits to the social security members, including your EPF and ESI, identification of beneficiaries under this social security provisions through Aadhaar has been made mandatory. And if you look at Section 142, even the foreign employees who are in India are also required to obtain and submit for establishing their identity through this Aadhaar number. And this is applicable on becoming resident as soon as possible. So now what is that resident means is also very important. If an individual who has resided in India for a period of 182 days or more in the last 12 months, so then he is going to be as a resident. So therefore, if you have a foreign employees, you are required to ensure that they get the Aadhaar card, and whenever the government asks for it, so you have to provide. So this is one of the provision which is already in place. Now the second provision which is implemented already is related to the pension provisions or in the employees pension scheme provisions. See, the section 16 of the social security code explains about the contributions related to this EPS or employees pension scheme. And this provision which is implemented under section 16, this came with the retrospective effect, that is on 1/9/2014. So now this is the notification which I am going to show you. Is now it is already clearly shows that first day of September 2014, this notification has come into place. And the gist of it is, now if you look at the changes, now from 1/9/2014, the EPFO has changed several rules related to employees pension scheme. So now, before 1/9/2014, the contribution on higher wages to PF and EPS was also available. And based on that provision, then the employees during that time claimed the pension on actual wages. So that is how the pension cases were evolved. And in the case of R.C. Gupta and others, the Supreme Court held that if they are contributing on higher wages to EPF, then they have to be paid uh, pension on actual wages, not to the subject to the ceiling wages. And because of these things, the EPFO had to pay lot of pension to lot of members. So therefore, they changed the rules from 1/9/2014. So from 1/9/2014, what they changed is, first of all, they introduced the wage ceiling criteria for EPS as well, and including EPF, that you know already. This EPF, the ceiling was already there, and for EPS, the ceiling was also introduced, that was subject to 15,000 rupees. And up to 15,000, there is one more contribution which is being paid by the central government. So that is 1.16% of the contribution to the EPS the central government pays. Now from 1/9/2014, what the notification was done is, if anybody wants to contribute or continue to contribute on higher wages to EPS, then this 1.16% for contribution in excess of 15,000 wages has to be paid by the employee. So based on this, there are a lot of cases were before the High Courts of India, and finally it went to Supreme Court. And in the case of EPFO versus Sunil Kumar on 4/11/2022, finally the apex court held that this 1.16% levying in the on the employees is not valid, or it is ultra vires. But however, the court understood that if this is going to happen, the EPFO will get into the fund issues, the fund may get depleted. So therefore, what the court did is, they suspended this part of the provision of the judgment, then to make alternative arrangements, or to bring administrative changes, or to bring legal changes, so that they can manage the fund. So therefore, EPFO utilizing this opportunity, and since the code on social security is already was in place, and the provisions were already available, the government used this opportunity, and the provision under section 16B1, then they utilized and brought certain changes. Now, the change is, the EPS contribution in the employer share in case of employees who opted for higher pension and found eligible shall be 9.49% instead of 8.33%. Now, the gist is, up to 15,000 wages, the EPS contribution will go at 8.33%, and the wages beyond 15,000 wages, the wages, the contribution on EPS will go at 9.49%. And this is applicable only for the people who have become eligible to opt for higher pension, and they've opted for it, and their case was successful. For such people, the EPS contribution beyond the wages of 15,000, the contribution will be 9.49% instead of 8.33%. So this is the changes which are brought, and the government has utilized the opportunities are available, or the provisions are available in the code on social security, and brought these changes. And so far, there are no other provisions which are enforced. So therefore, friends, thank you for watching this video, and request you to share this video to as many people as you wish, and also stay tuned to this channel for more updated technical videos and for intense learning, friends. Thank you very much again.